Welcome to our daily life practice for day 4 of class 1 of our mindfulness course. We started out this time with formal practice, and of course our subject is feelings. Now as we go on to our daily life practice, we may have a little better ability to feel our feelings, to sense when a feeling is appearing in our consciousness. It might be a good idea to continue on with doing a bit of formal practice when we notice that it's a little bit difficult to discern these feelings that come in while we're in the course of our daily lives. Maybe on a lunch break, dinner break, anytime there's a little break, sit for about 20 minutes, or even just take a few moments to once again be aware of the breath and to be open to whenever a feeling comes in. Could be a feeling of sadness, joy, any kind of feeling. And we focus on the way it feels in our body, and then come right back to the breath. So similarly, in the course of our daily lives today, in the course of various actions that we perform, rather than focusing on our breath, we focus on whatever we're doing. Eating a meal, driving, doing some kind of work, exercising, cleaning up, making food. All the things we do in the course of the day. We continuously come back and just be mindful, be aware of what we're doing. And then we have this openness to the feelings that come in. We just make a little intention to notice them. So for example, maybe we're eating a meal. If we get lost in thought, we come back. And we're aware of the motion of eating. We're aware of the smells of the food, the taste of the food, the texture in our mouths. Aware of swallowing, aware of the feeling of nutrition. All the aspects of eating that we can be aware of. And then while we're eating, we might notice a feeling. Maybe a feeling of pleasure because the food is delicious. Maybe a feeling of sudden discontent when there's a loud noise or something like that. So we're aware of those feelings, and we're especially aware of how they feel in our body. We just feel them. And then we immediately come back once again to mindfulness of eating the meal. So it's going to go on like that throughout the day. Kind of a switching back and forth between being aware of what we're doing, really experiencing it, and then really briefly experiencing those feelings that come in when they come in. So the value of this is we're more aware of our feelings. We really feel them, and at the same time, we don't hang on to them. We don't make a story about them. We don't allow them to overtake us and take us over. We just come back to whatever it is we're doing. And the feeling of really being there, really being aware of what we're doing, can be such a source of pleasure. I've mentioned these rowing workouts I do several times during this class. And the other day, I noticed I was actually doing a rather slow row. It's a workout, one of the style of workouts that I've been doing lately. It's called long and slow. So you go for a long period of time and you don't really get your heart rate up quite as fast as if you're going full out. So in a way, that's even more repetitious, or maybe more boring than going full out, yeah? You're just kind of steady pace, back and forth. And there's also an element of looking at the clock, making sure that you're not going too slow, where you're not going to get enough exercise. All these little technical things to look at. And I noticed that I was getting a little bit hung up on that stuff. So I decided, I remembered, I came back. I remembered to just be aware of what was going on. I felt the feeling, and it felt so wonderful. Just that simple motion and the feeling of my breathing working and getting a nice workout. So it's very pleasurable, even the simple things. Taking a bath, for example, even washing up, eating, like I said. All the simple things that we do, coming back and being aware of them. And then being aware of our feelings too. Sometimes there's feelings we may have just ignored or we don't even notice. And to actually feel them just for a second is a wonderful way of expanding our awareness too. So I invite you to enjoy the practice today. Thank you.